We're going to be talking about how to deal with the ups and downs in your life. And my name is Grace. It's based on an article that I wrote on Medium at the start of the pandemic. So now already, how many months ago was that? In April, I wrote this when going through quite a tricky phase of my life, as I'm sure you all have been through tricky phases. For me, I'd broken up with my boyfriend. My parents had just split. Dad was cheating on my mum. I'd lost my job. I was homeless. And then I was writing a lot. As a writer, I really fuse my emotions through writing on paper. And also I'm a yoga teacher and I am a coach. So I did leave in the chat if you're interested in following me or in anything with me. There is my website as well as my Instagram. So yeah, basically at the time I had written this, I was going through quite a tough time, but I'm sure that we're all going through this tough time together. And I think that's really something. Oh, okay, no worries. Hey, Jennifer. I think it's really something that we have to kind of come together on, and this like communal level of understanding and connection and compassion that we're really all going through this worldwide dread and heartbreak. And so how do you get through this hard time? How do you fuse the same amount of happiness or the same amount of optimism in the down times as well as in the good times? And so I'm going to be focusing on 3 specific points about how we can go with the ups and the downs in our life, and specifically really how you can always accept wherever you're at. Right now, I can tell you I am in a clinic. I'm based in the south of Germany. It's snowing outside, it's beautiful, but I'm in a mental clinic for my mental health. And as a coach, as a yoga teacher, as a writer, as someone who is always finding the light in the dark and who is optimistic, it's been a hard one for me too for my mental health, but I know that I'm putting myself first. And so I just wanted to really open up on that honesty and that level of honesty with you as you're tuning in, and then you can feel me more and feel where I'm coming from. Oh wow, you're from South Carolina. It's so cool how we're from everywhere in the world here. Please check in if you like. It would be amazing to see where you're all from. So let's get started. I firstly want us to focus on how the fact that our life is always going to be ups and always going to have downs. There's never going to be a one stream of highs the whole time. And me telling you that, I don't need to tell you that. You know that. You know that whatever comes in life, you're always going to get the bad and the good. And it can't be a fluorescent wave of favors for us all the time, because life wouldn't be that fun, right? You have to go through the bad to get the good, and you have to go through the good to then get down again, to find the light out of it all. And so there's 3 ways to deal with the ups and downs of your life, and now is the perfect time to learn how to, because we all through 2020 have been through the ups and the downs. So me sitting here, firstly, I would just want you to know that I'm not here as someone telling you from a upper seat or whatever as a superior. No, I am with you on this all the time. I'm an equal here. So this is just from my personal experience and how I personally deal pretty well with going through the ups and the downs in life, and that's why I'm a coach. Okay, so firstly, the first point of how to deal with the ups and downs is to go with the flow. But what is the flow? Like, we talk about this flow, and I think it's kind of becoming more of a consistent term these days, isn't it? Go with the flow. Me, I use that phrase all the time. If someone is stressed, I'm like, just go with the flow. But what does it mean? What does it mean that we can go with the flow, even in the ebbs and the flow of it all? Well, in Collins Dictionary, to go with the flow means you let things happen, or you let other people tell you what to do rather than trying to control what happens yourself. So basically, from that meaning, we are being told that going with the flow is about letting go of something that you cannot control yourself, and rather abiding to the rule of life, the law of attraction, we could say, actually. Hi everyone who is just joining. Hello. I'm just starting the session now with the first point on how to go with the flow, how to go with the ups and downs in your life. Please do check in and say hi. I'd love to know where you're from. So yeah, I do say it all the time, and I do attempt to stick to it, because when, let's say, there's something that is going on in your life, Pennsylvania, wow, how cool. There's something that's going on in your life and you know that you can't change it. Let's say a breakup, let's say a family or, a relationship trauma. You know you can't change it because it's happening to you. So how can you accept it? Well, the way of acceptance is that you acknowledge it for what it's for. You acknowledge the points of why it's happening. It could be, there could be good, there could be bad, in everything that happens to you. But then you recognize that this too shall pass. So when you're on this flow of life, what I'm saying now is the biggest point in how to go with the ups and downs in your life is to go with the flow, is that you acknowledge it for what it's for. And by acknowledging, you're becoming more aware of the feelings, of the emotions, of the state that this situation is putting you in. So when you're in a state of a situation and you know it's unfair, you know that you don't want this to be happening to you, but instead you allow yourself to look. There's a lot of echo. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll put my earphones in. Yeah, you look at the situation for what it is, and by acknowledging each point, you can definitely come to see that there is a state of flow. And the state of flow is acknowledging, becoming aware, and accepting for what it is. Let me know if that's any better, Miriam. I hope so. Yay, thank you. I don't actually have to have it in though, because I'm not listening to anyone. Oh, but it would help. Okay, anyway. So where were we at? Yeah, we were at the point. Oh, there's still echo. I'm so sorry, I don't know how I can fix it. I'm on my tablet. It's the only thing I can do. Sorry, I'll just try and talk a bit louder. Checking in from New York. Wow, amazing. So cool. Okay, glad you're not getting echo. So, for example, that is a situation that I'm being put in. I don't know how to better it, even though I assumed that putting in earphones would make it better. But let's say that it didn't make it better, and then it's out of my control. Well, there's only a certain amount of things that you can do in life for things to get better. And you can't always get the things to get better because, again, there's this natural state of flow that no matter how hard you try, things are going to happen. So rather than pushing yourself and pressuring yourself and, kind of murdering the whole situation to the point where you 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 go inside, you really, push yourself to the point of extracting every hope or every optimistic lake inside of you, but rather know that nothing is ever the same. Everything is ever changing, everything is ever flowing. And this is what I always try and bring across in my yoga classes and in my coaching, is that life is an ebb and flow. There's always going to be the ups and the downs. So the more that you acknowledge each situation for what it is, and make an effort to acknowledge it for what it is, including the pros and the cons, you become more excited and less exhausted at probing these situations that aren't doing well for yourself, but rather knowing that, oh, every situation, no matter what it is going to bring me something. So as I said at the start, I'm being as honest as I can in these talks and as ever as I can. I'm in the clinic right now. I'm not doing very well, but I'm coming to terms with it. And I'm coming to terms that because I'm not doing well, I can get better. So that is the first point, going with the flow and remembering to feel and to let go. That is the second point on how to deal with the ups and the downs in your life. Feeling is a big thing. So if you're at a stage of your life where, things are going out of control again and you've lost your job, you maybe bankrupt, relationship has gone down the drain, your parents are ill, maybe someone has got corona that's close to you. All of these things, no matter what they are, they could be something is happening to me and it's not fair. Well, again, at this downer in your life, you feel it. And once you notice your emotions rising and falling, you can detach yourself more and move on. So you've probably heard of this before. I mean, especially nowadays that meditation and yoga and everything is so in theme. En la moda, so they would say. You notice that the joys of life are these ups and downs, and you notice that, okay, I'm feeling this way, and that's okay because I'm allowed to feel this way. It's kind of like as a woman, let's be all the women here, when you have your hormones, you have like you can tell that you have more hormones in you than usual when you're about to come on your period, for example. And you feel like so rushed off your feet, or you feel like tempered by something, you feel like you're going to snap at someone. This is when you become more aware of your emotions. You become more aware that, oh, I'm acting out of place, so maybe my period is coming. It's the same for emotions in general, and guys now. If you're feeling something out of the ordinary, out of your standard on the go, then you're gonna notice it. It's gonna come to you like that, or you're gonna feel worse. Notice how you feel, and once you realize that you desire to feel better, then that feeling will soon go. So it's not about ignoring the feelings, but it's rather, like we just said, acknowledging the feelings for what they are, noticing them, feeling through it, and letting it go. Because the more that you hold on to emotion, the more that let's say your emotion is here and you are here, you notice that you're two separate entities. So whatever we feel is a feeling that's just coming through us. Just like, the more you feel something, the more you attach yourself to it, especially if it's a really good feeling. The more you want to keep on to it because it's like, oh, this feeling is so good. I wish I could feel this forever. But actually, it's not going to happen because you and your feelings are two separate entities. So let's say when we're in the real low of our life right now, so we have the ups and we have the lows, the ups and the downs, we notice that it's a low time. So we're like, okay, I'm going to attach myself to this low feeling and see rather what this lesson is that this low feeling is giving me. Like, what can I learn from this? Like right now, I'm not going through a good time in my life, and I'm like, what can I learn from this? Well, I can learn that I can help other people like you. I can learn that I am instead living my life and still trying to wake up every morning and be thankful for my life. So it's about, feeling and letting go. So always acknowledging that this feeling here is something that you can attach yourself to, but it's not a good idea to. It's rather to feel it and let it go through you. And I think I tried to just do that in a good way with my hands. I hope you understood that little terminology. I have a nice quote here from Roy T. Bennett. Once you realize you deserve a bright future, letting go of your dark past is the best choice you will ever make. So again, it's about letting go of everything that may be putting you down, feeling through it, and then getting through that, the next side that's, got light and love, and it's welcoming you through at any point of the day. You just have to notice it. And last but not least, the way I deal with ups and downs in my life is to let go and follow the flow of my body. So we've just been talking about going with the flow and then feeling and letting go. And now it's about going with the flow with my body. Honestly, moving your body in any way, shaking or moving or stretching, is honestly one of the best things, if not the best thing, that you can do when you're in a stressful moment. Moving your body boosts your immune system, it takes you out of your head, it brings you into your body, brings you into your awareness of yourself, and lets go of stress. So waking up to the sun shining and the birds tweeting provides grooving energy with my body and brings a sense of connection to music. Now, let's say that for you in South Carolina, where it's cold, maybe in New York it's cold, you're checking in, please let me know. I want to know where you're at. If it's cold where you're at, like me in Germany, I don't want to get out of bed. In more honesty, I snooze my alarm or I look at my phone and then just turn back over these days. And I'm a coach, I'm a yoga teacher, and I'm a writer. It doesn't matter. Even me, the person that brings optimism and positivity, struggles to wake up. And I want to let you know this because I think a lot of the time we see all these people in these higher places than us. Well, not higher places, but maybe in more knowledgeable places, and we think, oh, they're probably living a life or whatever. So I try my best to be as honest as I can on my Instagram or whatever, because I think it's just the way that we acknowledge that we are all human. Remember that we are all human, and shit's gonna hit the fan, and there's gonna be days, more than weeks, here for me in this clinic where I wake up and it's dark outside, it's snowing and it's cold, and I just want to sleep. Honestly, it's just gonna happen like that. Oh, my Instagram is, I will just write it to you. And like, especially in winter, like, just be better. Just be more lighter on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Like, this is the whole point in this talk, the ups and your downs in your life. You have to acknowledge that there's going to be mornings in the summer and the spring where you're going to be like, yes, woo, full power. Like I do sometimes. Before I go and teach yoga, I make a smoothie, I do my meditation, I put on my music. I've not had a morning like that in months, in all honesty with you. I'm really not. I've really not had a morning like that in months. Wow, that's really just hit me. It's quite sad. But instead, it's actually an achievement when I wake up out of bed and I brush my teeth. And I can't see you guys, but I feel you guys, and I feel like just being this honest with you is gonna hopefully bring you some uplifting insight. So enough about my struggle. We're on about moving your body and flowing with your body. Basically, if you struggle to accept the negative parts of your life, you can let go by dancing, you can let go by exercising and stretching, or whatever makes you feel better. You know, and repeat that you are only human. Like I've just said, this is why I'm sharing everything, because we're only human and we're in this together, and there's going to be days where you don't feel like moving your body, but when you do, you will be thankful. And this doesn't even mean that you have to like go for that jog that people go for every day. I don't. For me at the moment, I think you go through stages of your life. Like you go through stages of your life with everything. I think you go through stages of your life with moving. So at one point of your life, maybe in the summer, you really love to jog or you really love to go to the gym. But maybe another stage of your life in the winter, you rather want to do yoga or qigong or taekwondo even, or any of those crazy sports. Like for me personally at the moment, it's qigong. So I like doing qi yoga. I also teach qi yoga, and it's a mixture of qigong and yoga, and obviously and for me it's a lot more about slowing down and connecting with this energy that you have within you, and not internalizing it but externalizing it and bringing it up, then acknowledging how you're feeling through it and then going through it. So like I just said about the ups and downs in your life, you let go, you feel your flow, you go with the flow, and you move with your body. Honestly, for me, when I release mindfully through my body, it just brings me like this feeling of, oh, I'm back to where I need to be. And again, like I said at the start, or just a few moments ago, I've not been really wanting to move with my body recently because I'm in a depression. And I feel I'm going through this for a reason, because as a well-being coach and as a yoga teacher, many people wouldn't even think like that I'm going through something like this, but I am, and it's hard because I have the tools. You know, I write as well. I have the tools to make myself feel better. So what am I doing? But it's not my choice. It's not your choice to suffer from mental health issues. It's nobody's choice. It just happens. And so instead, you have to learn to go with the flow, feel every emotion, and find what makes you feel good. And if what makes you feel good didn't make you feel good now, yeah, I feel you. I used to get up every morning, roll onto my mat to do yoga. Literally, I would roll out of bed onto my mat. And now I've set my mat up next to my bed and I stand on it in the morning, and it's hard for me to do one sun salutation. I don't know, guys, but life is tough and it's gotten to us all. Like, you know, this COVID is real and these emotions are real. They're really spiraling out of control. So you're welcome, Sarah. I just want you to all know that no matter how you're feeling, everyone is feeling it too. That shouldn't dismiss your feeling, but it should make you feel better in the fact that like we're all in this together, and that when you go through these stages of ups and downs of your life, you have to just come to a realization that when you go through a down state, there's going to be an up state. So it's like for me right now, I'm in a real down state. And I've never been in such a down state before in my life, I have to say. As I said, as a coach and a yoga teacher, I'm always the one that's directing people and finding the groove, giving them gratitude, showing them how to be grateful. And now I'm a bit like, oh, kind of just like hiding in a hole for a bit. But I am knowing that this point in my life is going to show me that I'm going to come out of this again, and I'm going to be more stronger, I'm going to be more resilient, and I'm going to have more lessons to teach you, you know? I think sometimes these people like me have to actually experience the mental health issues so I can help you as a client even better. Because otherwise, who am I to tell you that you can get out of bed every morning and feel bright and feel amazing and move with your body, put the music on and just dance? No. Now I feel more at ease, and I feel more blessed with the condition and blessed with the conditioning or the lessons that I can show you. So, how to deal with the ups and downs of your life. Firstly, go with the flow. So, whatever is out of your control, really try to accept it, become aware of it, and adjust to it in every way you can. Secondly, feel and let go. So again, the same as finding your flow. Feel it, don't attach yourself to it, but if you do, that's okay. Just remember you are attaching yourself to it. Your feeling is an entity, so are you. You're two separate entities. So feel it, let go of it, move on. Whatever you want to feel, you will feel. The more you envision it, the more you bring in more awareness, and your what are they called? Affirmations. Affirmation work is amazing as well. And lastly, move with your body. It's a tool for you. You are part of this amazing functioning body. Every day I'm like, oh my gosh, even when I don't want to move and I just want to like lay in bed, I'm like, wow, my arms, my legs, everything was functioning without me even doing anything. So if you're feeling low, if you're feeling in that down state of your life, put on your favorite song and just dance. I might do it after this. I wish I could do it with you all. And just recognize that you are here in the ups and the downs of your life. You are here, and you can fight your fear by drawing near. That's a nice little poem that I could end with. I do have a book coming out. I don't want to end with like this advertising for myself and marketing, but I probably want to should do. And a book I've written is coming out. A book I've written. I wrote a book and it's coming out in a week's time, basically. It's called Chill Out and Cheer Up, the 10-step guide. I'll just write it in the chat. Now is your time, by the way. If you're here listening to me and probably fed up of listening to me, please write in the chat if there's anything you want me to go over, or if you want to just check in. Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, it's a Chill Out and Cheer Up, the 10-step guide. It's a short book, kind of short book, about 5 negative emotions, 5 positive emotions, and how we can become more aware of them in our everyday life, and how basically society has shoved us into the corner to feel these emotions so that they can thrive off us. And so I kind of lay out the boundaries of how you can get through the emotions more. So like I was just saying about this talk, yeah, every feeling is there as a lesson for you. You just have to know it yourself. You just have to feel through it and become more aware of it. The more self-aware you become, the easier it becomes to get through every emotion that somehow lets us curl up into the corner or shout for joy. So that's my book, and that's out on the 8th of January. My website is there in the chat for you if you want to get to know me more. I would love to get to know you more, to put a face to the people that have just been listening to me for the past half an hour rant on. Feel free to reach out to me, as I'm also a wellbeing coach, primarily for millennials, so for like quarter life crisis people, 20s and 30s, aka going through that stage of life where you're just ruminating about what life is. Yeah, my website is here. I'll just write it for you. Oh wow, now it's gone into capitals. Yay, I'm glad that you found it helpful, so it wasn't just me just chatting away. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for being here as well and for giving me your time. Have a nice one. Thank you, Sunil. John, I've just put my website there for you if you want to reach out. Thank you, Eve. Thank you, guys, for being